Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode we are going to be looking at snowfoam lances, and in particular the MJJC lance. Before we get into that, I'm just going to go for a brief little overview around the snowfoam lances which I've got in front of me here, and maybe the reasons why I've got them. So once I got into detailing or car cleaning, valeting, whichever way you want to look at it, I picked up a £12, £15 one off eBay, snowfoam cannon that is. It didn't really last the duration as what I was expecting. So 2017 come and I picked up this Auto Bright one from Waxstock. Now this has been a terrific cannon, and I would still be using it today if I hadn't changed to the quick release system. I found this cannon to work effectively well. It produces a really thick foam, and I had no faults with it. It was very stable. It's got a very wide bottom. I guess the only downside to this, you can't alter the fan blades between, we'll get to that one in a minute. You can't alter the fan blades between vertical and horizontal. And then the neck collar itself is plastic onto brass. Could the brass eventually chew away the plastic? And also it's a very narrow neck, so there is the possibility of wastage through product application to the bottle at that point. But if anybody was getting into valeting and they wanted a decent snowfoam lance, this is the one I would happily tell anybody to go and buy. But moving on, so like I said, I went to the quick release system and I was in the market for another gun, so I bought the MTM. This is a very well known product, very well known brand of product, and if I'm being honest, I've never really been blown away by it. The most disappointing factor about this bottle is how top heavy it is. I mean, just getting it to try and stand up on here, as you can see, is hard enough in itself. The overall design of the bottle is probably the fault, with it being so short at the top and very narrow at the bottom, and you can see it's very chunky here. There's a lot of weight into this section and nothing in the bottom. And when it has got product in, it is a lot more sturdy, but it just lets it down really. So this is 1,000 milliliter capacity, and then on the top you can adjust the ratio of product to water. And then a really good feature on this one is obviously you can change the fan blade distance, but then you can twist it all the way around to then go from vertical to horizontal, which is a good feature. You know, sometimes you might need to change the angle of the bottle to get inside the wheel arches or different areas, you know, it's depending on the size of the car you're doing, whereas with this you can just alter the actual fan blade itself. So again, never been blown away by this one, so I've always been on the lookout for an alternative snowfoam cannon. Now, I recently see a video done by Paul Dolden with the MJJC snow cannon, and I thought that does look pretty good. And then I saw a video by the Detailing Detectives and I was almost sold on it at that point, thinking I'm in the market to get one of these. And then fortunately for me, Kelly from MJJC contacted me on Instagram and asked if I'd be happy to try one out. So I was like, bloody right I would, give that some go. So Kelly sent me one of these out, and I've had it for a couple of weeks now, but the weather's been poor and haven't been able to use it. So today we are going to put it to the test and just see how well it performs. But based on how it physically looks, let's have a go. Let's go over some of the features. Now, the biggest feature for me in terms of how it physically stands and looks is its stability. Now in comparison to this, that's just crap. But this one, it ain't going nowhere. And then once it's got product in there, it's only going to become more stable. You can hear that rattle, we'll come on to that in a second. So again, on the top, we can alter the flow rate of the product to water ratio, depending on how thick you want your foam. And then on the front, we have a black twister, whatever you want to call this, I don't know, and then a red one. So with the black, we can alter the distance between the fans in the center here, and then with the red we can alter the angle whether we want it vertical or horizontal. So again, we can able to get into different nooks and crannies, or if we've got a particularly high vehicle, we can change the flow of product we're applying to the car. Going back down the bottle, obviously it's made of brass here, very strong fittings. We have the engraving of the MJJC in the center here, so nice little detail touch there. A very good feature for me is how wide the neck is. So let's just take this off. So there's potentially less product which could be wasted here, because we've got the bigger flow. We can allow more water or more product to go in without the risk of it going over the edges. This is 1,000 milliliter capacity as well, so it's the same capacity as the MTM one. Now let's go on to this rattle which we had. So the rattle is this little weighted ball on the bottom of your pickup pipe. Now there's two features for this which I think are really good. I don't know if you can get to see this. In the middle there, if that will focus, there is a little filter. So that's a pickup filter. So if you happen to have any sort of dust, dirt inside your bottle, you're not going to want that to be sprayed across your car. So this should filter it out to stop anything coming onto your car. Now the big key feature for this, being weighted as well, if I'm applying the product to the car, you being the car, and I want to change the angle of how I'm flowing it, obviously I can do this with this gun. But with the other gun, like the Auto Bright one, I'd have to angle it. Now if I angle it, this pickup pipe being weighted is going to stay with the flow of water, or where the product sits in the bottle. So I'll always have a consistent flow of product onto the car. If I use the Auto Bright one, for example, which I can't adjust the fan blades, and you can see it's got a bent pipe as it is. Now imagine that pipe is in the bottle. You can already see the pipe is pointing up in the air, but at the angle of the bottle, all the water or the product is going to be sitting down here. So I'm going to have a weakened flow rate of product onto the car, which if I'm a valeter, I don't want to have mistakes like that to happen, because you know I've got a time period when I've got to get this car completed by. So having that bent pipe, it's not going to affect my time by much, but it's going to be an irritant. So once this is applied onto your snowfoam lance, which I've got my old one here, not being able to adjust the fan blades, and with the pickup pipe being bent, this could cause me issues. The MTM being weighted, or sorry, the MJJC being weighted, and with the variable fan blades, should help keep a consistent flow rate onto the car. Now I haven't used this yet, so we are going to give the Clio a little bit of a clean up this morning, and just to see how well this performs. With this, when you do buy this, it comes in this box, and you also get a 1.1mm orifice. Now this is more used if you've got lower pressure, so like K2 for example, but if you go above a K2, when you get to like a K4, this could cause you back pressure problems, so I wouldn't recommend to use this. And then you also get some little pickup filters here as well, so it comes ready to be used for a period of time. Now my MTM, I've had this for about 2 years now, and it's not caused me any issues apart from it's bloody irritating, it falls over all the time. So I don't know what the longevity of this one is, because obviously I haven't used it yet, but based on what I've seen, I feel I'm going to now use this as my primary snowfoam cannon, and my MTM is going to be my product application cannon, such as like a TFR, citrus, or even some sort of spray protections. So we'll have a look. Now one thing I would say as well, I don't want this to feel like I'm selling you this product. I have a link which you can use this to buy one of these directly, which is an affiliation link. I never started YouTube to make money out of it as such. It was more for me to grow as a person, to reach out and be in contact with different like-minded people to help my own knowledge and skill set grow and develop. So I don't want to seem like I'm selling this to you, but if you are in the market to buy one of these and you like how it looks, I would appreciate if you use my link, just so I can see if anyone does actually buy one really. But what I'll also do is I'll put a link down below to Paul Dolden's channel, because he has an affiliation link as well. So if you do want one and you think I'm just a salesperson, you can buy it through his as well. And I'll also put another link down detailing in the beast. Dave done a great video on a comparison between different snowfoam lances, and then he also got one of these and added this to the same comparison test which he'd done, and this come out on top. I'll put that link below, so don't take my word for it, take theirs. Let's go get the car done. So what's our thoughts on the MJJC gun then? I can't fault it. I mean, the build quality of it for start is great. The stability is a big plus for me with the wide base. The fact you can change the blades, you know, the width, so the angle from which, where it goes from narrow to really wide, horizontal to vertical. They've thought about everything. The quick release system, and there's so many different variations. You don't need to buy the quick release. If you go on the website, there is a cannon for every sort of pressure washer there is out there. The dilution ratio markings on the bottom are very clear. You can see the amount of product you got left in the bottle. You know, the fact it comes with a spare gauze and spare filters for your pickup. For me, it's a no-brainer. I'm definitely going to use this as my main cannon, and the MTM as my secondary one, which I'll either use for just snow foaming other cars, or you know, just applying different types of products, TFRs and such. Yeah, like I say, if you do want to buy one of these, I will put my link in the bottom. It is an affiliation link, so I do get a small percentage from each sale. I'm not expecting there to be many sales, to be honest. I've only got a very small channel in comparison to some of the other YouTubers out there, but let me know your thoughts, guys. I really would like some commentary around my videos going forward. Really, just put your comments in, your feedback, anything will be greatly appreciated. Anything which will help me make a better video, or anything you'd like to see. But for now, thanks for watching, guys.